let's take a look at what we've been doing the past few months to help you improve your marketing efforts. And as I do this, bear in mind that we're not going to go into deep technical detail here. Really, our goal, our intent here is to spark ideas that are going to help you market yourself, market your company, do marketing on behalf of your customers more effectively using this technology. And so our hope is to give you enough of the idea, the germ of the idea, if you will, so that maybe you can then fan the flames of that into something that you can utilize to generate more revenue. So there are 8 areas that we're going to give you an overview of, and when you look at the screen, you'll start to see those appear here. So first, we've seen more and more of you incorporating multi-channel marketing automation campaigns within web-to-print storefronts, like Pageflex, which is what you see here on the screen. And I think many of you know that we have an integration with Pageflex. And over the past couple of months, we've continued investing in improving that integration to meet the variety of needs that you and your customers are expressing. Now, Pageflex is just one example. We actually see more and more of folks either integrating into other storefronts, or we see you creating your own user interfaces that utilize the MindFire APIs to create very custom, very business-specific workflows that allow distributed sales organizations and other organizations like that to order multi-channel campaigns through a storefront. So I'm going to share more about that in just a moment in terms of what we see folks doing there. Now, the other area that we've continued to invest in is making print a key part of your marketing workflow. And one way we've done this is through a relationship with HP that makes printing direct mail and other material within your multi-channel workflows as easy as incorporating email. That's kind of been the driving vision behind our relationship with HP, is can we make print within these workflows as easy to output as email? And obviously that's a driving guideline. There's still work to do, and there's areas that we know we can help you more in, but the idea is to make it easy for you to incorporate print. Now, we've had other sessions on this topic. We have some videos and we have some documentation. We'd love to share that with you if you want to find out more about what that looks like and how you can start using that. Now, in addition to print, so we've talked about direct mail, email is a very popular channel that we see our users employing within their marketing workflows. And so we've invested in continuing to make email better, including things like infrastructure improvements that make your triggers fire faster. One of the things that we were noticing is that a lot of you use emails as your sales lead alert, and many times those emails need to arrive very quickly so that you can respond just at the right moment. So we've made improvements in making email better in those types of situations, and we've also made the creating and editing of emails even easier, and I'm going to show you more on that in just a moment. I think you'll enjoy taking a look at that. Now, if you already use direct mail within Studio, you may have noticed a significant improvement in the speed with respect to the processing of your export files. Now, this is probably more noticeable for those of you who have larger volumes of data or who are doing more involved export of information from within your campaign. So we invested in this area because we see more and more of you doing more involved campaigns. And so we've made a significant improvement in the speed with which those export files are received. So we're going to continue to equip you with other tools in this area to leverage the power of print. We've talked about HP and our integration with them already, and we're going to continue to do more in the area of direct mail to help you continue to leverage print within your workflows. Now, when you see the case studies that Dave and Ken present today, we had a chance earlier this week to go through everything with them, and I think you're going to be pretty excited. And some of you, though, may look at that stuff and say, shoot, you know, what Dave and Ken are showing me is awesome, but I don't have the HTML skills, either myself or maybe on my team, to create something that kicks butt like what they're showing me. And so what we found is that's actually a pretty common situation. And so to help those of you who feel that, you know what, we need some help with HTML, we need an easier way to create our HTML, we released an HTML editor along with some templates, a library of templates, to help those of you in that situation. So you can use this in your emails, you can use this in your microsite pages, etc. In a moment, I'm going to bring up some snapshots to show you kind of what that looks like. The other area we've invested in, and both Dave and Ken are taking advantage of this and are going to show you some snapshots, is reporting. And at the last webinar, I believe it was last month, at the Marketing Corner, we did a 10-minute overview of some of the key areas of reporting. And Dave and Ken are both going to show you more about how they've utilized the information in their case study today. So I'm going to bring up some snapshots in just a moment that's going to give you a little more insight into some of the interesting things that are coming your way with respect to reporting. And then lastly, we've done a lot of work investing in developing additional integrations for you. Things like Salesforce integration, payment integration, which Dave's going to talk about here in just a moment. Integrating with a company called Zapier, which is a fantastic way to open you up to an incredible number of other integrations out there. If you're interested in any of the things that you're seeing here on the screen, like Salesforce or payment, Zapier, get in touch with us. We're happy to talk to you more about how you can leverage that for your marketing. So I know many of us are visual learners, and it's easier sometimes to process information through pictures. So let me show you a little bit more detail on just two of the items we covered. And I'm going to start with the HTML editor. So again, what we've heard from folks is that many of them appreciate and leverage the flexibility that Studio gives them to create and manage HTML with high fidelity, meaning it's really a developer's friend with respect to how it ingests HTML. But then, at the same time, you often have resources that need to then manage or continue to manage those campaigns and those assets who may not have that same skill set, who need something to help edit and manage the content. And so, thus, the HTML editor was released earlier this year. And what you see on the screen is just an example from a campaign, actually one of MindFire's campaigns, to give you some sense of what you have available. Everyone has access to the HTML editor button here at the bottom of the screen and to the template library here, which I'm moving my mouse over. And so when you go into the HTML editor, you see all of the editing features that you'd expect from any content management system. You can see those here going across the top of the page. And so this is the editor that allows you to create this type of email. And we also have made available a template library so that those of you who want to get started with a template can do so from this library. Working with our friends from MailChimp, they provide a wonderful library of templates. Our team here at MindFire modified those to fit right within your marketing automation workflow. And so you've got a great template library to start from to begin to be able to leverage some of the assets that are available for you within the HTML editor. So that's the first thing. The second thing I mentioned is reporting, and I want to go into a little bit more depth here for you to give you some additional context. So what we heard from you, you wanted more reports, you wanted better reports, you asked for a wider variety of accessibility options, meaning you wanted to be able to access reports outside of MindFire Studio, you wanted to access them on the web, you wanted access on your mobile devices, and we have folks who are asking, hey, how do I integrate reporting into my own applications, into my storefronts, into my CRMs, whether they be CRMs that you're using on-premise or those of your customer. And so we heard you, and we took action. And what you see on the screen is just one of the many new views that you have access to. And this is actually a view from within our own set of reports for some MindFire programs that we run here internally. Now, what you see is completely web accessible. You can see the URL up here at the top of the screen. And it also displays very nicely on your mobile device. So you have information about the marketing program and its effectiveness, its performance. You can drill down into additional layers of detail, including what you see here on the right-hand side, a very handy and very useful view of a contact's information. So you can drill down right to the contact level and look at a bunch of information that's available about that particular person. This is good for your sales team. It's good for folks who are interacting with contacts as they engage within these marketing programs. Now, the other thing that's coming soon is that you're going to be able to brand this interface. So as an example, right here where you see the MindFire Studio icon, and in a few other areas, you're going to be able to put your logo. Many of you are asking for that. That's coming very soon, where you're going to be able to apply your own brand to this and present it to your customers, if you're a service provider, to appear as your own. The other thing we hear is that folks say, hey, you know what, these views are great. We want to be able to embed these within our own applications. And so we're providing additional ways for you to integrate this data and these views into your own applications. Let us know if you've got more questions about how you can do that.